the data engineer part only, either AWS or Azure, and third one is GCP data engineer. Okay, if you take any cloud, all the concepts, the way of doing the process is same, but only UI is different, but the process is same. Same source systems, same ETL pipelines, same batch processing data, real-time streaming data, and REST API data. And here the common thing is transformations. In AWS or Azure or a GCP, nowadays projects are preferring Spark by Spark. 90% projects are preferring PySpark only. So if you're adding the PySpark into your resume, right? So you will get more calls. Okay. So everyone preferring to perform the transformations with respect to the PySpark. And everyone preferring the data warehouse experience. So every cloud having the own data warehouses, like Azure having Synops, AWS having the Redshift, GCP having the BigQuery. Other than these data warehouses, one of the famous data warehouses available in the market, that is Snowflake. Snowflake having the lot of opportunities in outside, especially combination of data engineer related services. Okay, don't go with directly for the Snowflake. If you have a combination of this Snowflake with any Azure data engineer or AWS data engineer, right, you will get more calls. Important thing is PySpark. Second thing is data warehouses. These two parts are very, very important. My priority is to take care of these two things, plus and Apache Airflow as well, and CI/CD process build and releases. Okay, right. Let me help first go through the course content. Here I just divide the course content into the multiple modules. Okay, the very first module, I'm gonna explain you basics part. Basics is common for any cloud. So what is cloud? How many types of clouds available in the market? Right? Difference between private cloud versus public cloud, right? The way of portal creations, while creating the portal, so what are the important things we need to give it, and the validity, right? And the difference between regions and zones, and some infrastructure services. Guys, if you go with these three clouds like Azure or AWS or GCP, here majority we have three components: infrastructure, platform, and software. Okay, infrastructure is common for any cloud, same compute, storages, networking, security, missions, right? All those things comes under the infrastructure part. Every cloud having the almost same infrastructure only, but the namings are different, but process is same. For example, in AWS, we have a missions to create, the name is called EC2 instance. If you go with Azure, right, the name is called virtual missions, right? Process is same, service also same, but the UI and inside some sub options are different. Same infrastructure service is common for any cloud. And one thing, second component is platform as a services. Platform as a service. Then what is platform? Right? Platform means if you are planning to develop anything, any IT related applications or anything, right? First we need a infrastructure, right? So without infrastructure, we can't create, we can't do any development, right? So first we need infrastructure, means we need a storage, we need networking, we need compute, we need virtual machines, all those things. Once if this infrastructure is ready, we can start do the development process. Development means ETL related process, writing the code with respect to the transformation, either PySpark or SQL or Python, right? And we need a data warehouses. This wherever if you take any service, if you are trying to writing any code, right? Such type of services comes under the platform as a service. So this type of basics I'm gonna cover into the very first module. Very first module will discuss the all the basics related to the AWS. Okay, and one more thing is we need to understand the architecture and patterns. Okay, fine. So here we are implementing the data engineer related projects. Okay, you need to understand about the project flow and pattern. So we have a source systems. We are getting the data in the form of batch processing data, real-time streaming data, REST API data, right? So then where we are going to load the data into respective cloud. Before loading the data into the respective cloud, and middle where we are going to maintain this staging layer process. Directly we are not load the data into destination. Here we are maintaining some staging layer. We need to follow some architecture and pattern, right? So those things very, very important, like a medallion architecture, right? Bronze, silver, and gold, right? How we are going to maintain the data here. So what exactly we are going to perform under the bronze layer, like a data cleansing, data validations, data enrichments, right? Business logics. So how we are going to perform on top of these three layers, right? We'll discuss these things in very first module part. Okay. Next, second module. Okay. So AWS S3 bucket. Okay. AWS S3, simple storage services. This S3 bucket is going to play the important role with for the AWS data engineering related projects. Common. Okay. Storages is a very important role play the any data engineering related projects, any cloud. Storage, staging layer is going to play the important role. The very first basic step, right? We need to maintain a staging layer to store the data, either the structured data or unstructured data, anything. We need to store the data in very first place. That is store. We need a storage, right? So in storage, okay, how we are going to store the data? What are the policies we need to follow? What is the life cycle management we need to implement under the S3 bucket? Okay, and every service having the one security option, that is IAM. Okay, we'll discuss IAM, Identity Access Management. Every cloud, every service, in left side we have one option, that is IAM, Identity Access Management. Here we are giving the permissions to the users and groups to access these services securely and privately. Okay, once if you are good into the S3 related concept, right, we'll do some hands-on labs. Okay, we'll load some sample data, either a CSV or a Parquet. And I forgot to tell you guys, in module 1, we'll discuss this data movements also, right? So what is the REST API data? What is REST API data? How exactly it's look like, right? And we have a file system related data, like a CSV, Parquet, AVRO, JSON. So what is the difference between CSV versus Parquet and AVRO versus JSON? All right. So how we are going to read the data? For example, I want to read the Parquet data. So is the Parquet data is a human readable data or not? Right? What are the advantages while using this Parquet data? We'll discuss those things at the very first module part. In second module, we'll do some exercise, like we are going to store some data into the S3 bucket. On top of that, how we are going to connect this S3 bucket data by using ETL tool, that is Glue. Okay, we'll discuss those things. The second module is very easy and straightforward, guys. And in module 3, Glue. Second important topic is AWS Glue. Every cloud having the ETL mechanism, extraction, transformations, loading. Okay, data. Azure point of view, we have a data factory. AWS point of view, here we have a AWS Glue. All right. In AWS Glue itself, we can do the transformation through graphical manner and through coding manner. Either we can write PySpark code, combination of Python code also, we can do it. Okay. In AWS Glue is one of the orchestration process. We can design the ETL pipeline, connect the any type of source systems, and we can perform some transformations and load the data into destination, either AWS related RDBMS concepts or AWS related data warehouse or else Snowflake. All right. We'll discuss Glue part, especially in module 3. So Once if you are good into the module 3, after module 3, I will take the sessions related to the Spark and PySpark. The reason is most of the projects nowadays, they are preferring PySpark to perform the transformations. Okay, through the coding part only we can achieve anything. In future, I want to do some customization. I want to change one feature. In graphical manner, we don't have that capability. Through the programming manner only, we can do the dynamic manner and we can do the anything. Customization, we can achieve it. Right? That is the reason projects are preferring Spark code only, especially performing the transformations. So that is the reason. Once if you are good into the S3 buckets and AWS Glue, next I'm gonna start the Spark process, Spark and PySpark. All right, in PySpark, how we are going, what are the important components available, how we are gonna write the code, right? We'll discuss those things, and we'll do some labs with respect to the combination of S3 bucket and AWS Glue. We'll do some ETL pipelines graphical manner, and we'll write some Spark code into the Glue. Okay, how we are going to schedule the jobs. We'll discuss those part into the after module 3. Okay, guys, important thing is wherever if you go with the important AWS related service like a Glue or EMR, so Spark code is play the very important role. So that is the reason here I'm planning to take the Spark sessions after the module 3. Okay, next, module 4 with respect to the AWS Lambda functions. Okay, like this triggering process, event-based process. All right. So all those things will discuss into the AWS Lambda functions. EMR, Elastic MapReduce. Okay, it is one of the big data processing thing actually. Here also, some of the projects are preferring to implement the Elastic MapReduce to write the PySpark code. So we'll discuss this part as well. So this is a very important role. Here also where a majority will write the code PySpark point of view only. And important thing, data lake and data catalog, like some Medallion architecture, right? While implementing this Medallion architecture, what are the best practices to follow? Okay, those things we'll discuss into the data lake and data catalog. And while implementing the above modules, we'll handle the batch processing data with respect to the pure structured data plus file system related data. Right? Structured data means the data which is available in the form of SQL structure manner. Means here we are going to write some queries. So file system data means the data may be available in the form of either TXT or CSV or RK or AVRO or JSON. So such type of data, how we are going to move it from sources to the target. And real-time streaming data, how we are going to move it from sources to the target, will implement those things. Okay, and Kafka, here I'm going to show you the few labs with respect to the Kafka to handle the real-time streaming data, as well as AWS having the own service that is Amazon Kinesis. With the help of Amazon Kinesis also we can handle the real-time streaming data. Okay, we'll do that part on the module 7. As usual, PySpark ETL scripts, we are going to perform it. And data warehouse, very important final steps, data warehouse. Here, AWS having the own data warehouse, that is Redshift. Here I will show you the clusters creations and data modeling, fact tables and dimensions tables, and optimization techniques, very, very important. Okay, Spark point of view also, guys, I forgot you one thing. Spark point of view also, I will show you the optimization techniques. So we have a plenty of optimization techniques available into the Spark. We'll discuss those things. And data warehouse point of view also, here we'll discuss about the optimizations and clusters and fact and dimensions tables, those things. And data analytics, applications integrations. We have few more services available. Amazon SNS SQS for message movements from notifications point of view, and data pipeline orchestrations. Here I will show you the Amazon step functions and workflows also, how we are gonna take care of this build and releases also, and monitoring. Every cloud having the own monitoring. Whenever if the pipeline is going to success or a failure, right? For monitoring the inside virtual missions, right? Such type of things. Every cloud having the own services. Here also will include the cloud watch to monitoring those things, and through the Power BI also, how we are gonna generate the reports also we'll see. Important one is Apache Airflow, right? What is Apache Airflow? What is the important role for Apache Airflow, especially in environments point of view to release the code? Okay. Next, Snowflake. So majority of the sessions I'm going to take, I will show you the Snowflake and AWS Glue and Spark and Apache Airflow. So Snowflake point of view, we'll see the Snowflake setup and how we are going to move the data from S3 buckets to this Snowflake, and how we are going to load the data Snowflake to the S3 buckets, some Snowflake related architectures and data retrieving process and some cloning process, copy the data sharing, right? Some data distribution techniques, optimization techniques we'll discuss into the Snowflake part, and certifications, very, very important. So especially who are working in on-sites like either US, UK, or Canada, other countries, certification is mandatory for any data engineering related jobs. So I will help you for the certifications point of view. So we'll do the 3 real-time projects. Okay, based upon your inputs in coming days, we'll finalize these projects. Okay, for example, if someone is looking for one project related to load the data from AWS to Snowflake. Okay, so the majority based upon your inputs will decide the projects. So definitely we'll do the 3 real-time projects, like a batch processing data point of view, real-time streaming data point of view, and here we'll add this Glue and Lambda functions and Elastic MapReduce, perform the code with respect to the PySpark and data warehouses, either Redshift or a Snowflake. Okay, we'll do 3 real-time projects end of the course. Okay, duration is 45 days. Due to anyone demands, if you are trying to take extra sessions, right, we'll move. I will take a few more days, either more than 1 week or 10 days. We'll try to finish those things in 45 days because every day I'm gonna take the sessions 1.5 hour. Monday to Saturday we have a regular sessions. Okay, sometimes I'm gonna take the Sunday as well, especially any workshops. Okay, after the course, I will help you for preparing the mock interviews, resume preparations, LinkedIn setups, any job portal setups. Okay, right. Any questions?
Some topics, as we can see, it is not there, but it might be required for our upcoming project. So will you
Sure,
help?
sure. Yes, already told you, right? If you have
Yeah.
any one service in your mind, will do.
Okay.
Okay, right. For example, some other people are preferring the Docker Kubernetes. Very rarely people, only 1 or 2 projects are looking for in Docker or a Kubernetes. But Docker or Kubernetes mainly part of DevOps related. But few of the projects are using Docker Kubernetes. If the people's really want, I will show you the Docker Kubernetes as well. But the duration actually is going to extend. Okay. Extra topics we'll discuss after the 45 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you teach the SQL?
Yes, 100%. Without SQL, there is no data engineering related jobs.
Right.
Either AWS or Azure or a GCP, SQL is play the important role. It is a pillar.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Please.
how how detailed we can get the information from the classes? That means at the basic level, or you will go for a in detailed and um,
I will start from basics level only. In the
mhm,
module 1, I will
mhm.
start the in detail basics,
Okay.
clouds and on-premises. Some keywords I will highlight it, guys. When we are entering to the any company, generally we are hearing some words,
Mhm.
right? On-prem, what is on-prem? Migration, what is migration, right? What is disaster recovery process, right? ETL process, transformations, data warehouses. So this type of terminology I will explain. I will give the in detail background. Difference between relational database management and data warehouse. Why we go for a database instead of relational database management system. Okay, we'll discuss each and everything in detail manner.
Yeah, do you need any prerequisite for before attending these classes? Like you
Yes,
need to know the Python or something,
correct,
Java.
correct.
Yeah.
So any data engineer related course, Python SQL basics is fine. If you
Mhm.
have time, just to go through the any straightforward websites, easy websites like a w3school.com or a tutorials point, just to go through the SQL and Python basics is fine. For example, SQL point of view, just to go through the what is RDBMS, relational database management point of view. What is the difference between server and database? What is table? What is the difference between row and column? What is constraints? How many types of constraints available? Right? What is the relation between primary table, sorry, one table to another table? Okay. Uh, just to go with this type of basics like a data types, some queries, select statements, insert, update, DDL, DMLs, and store procedures, joins. Just to go through the basics is fine. Okay, Python also just to start the indentation. What is Python indentation? Data types, how we are gonna write the code. Indentation is very, very important. Okay, and how we are gonna write the Python function. What is the purpose of def, keyword, Lambda functions? Just to go through the basics and dictionaries, list, tuple. Just to go through the basics. Those basics is fine. The remaining thing I will take care of it. So again, I will cover these things into the our coach point of view. If you have, if you guys are already having some basic knowledge with respect to the SQL and Python, right? Your job and my job is very easy. So we'll try to finish the topics in within deadlines.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in case of any topics we are getting any query and we can contact directly or we have to wait for the next session.
No, you can reach out to me. We have a dedicated WhatsApp group is there from my end and Kalyan end. You can feel free to reach out to me. So we are available.
Okay. Yeah.
In case while doing the practice, if you are facing any issues or any errors, right? You can share your screen before beginning of session or after the session. You can feel free to share your screen. So I will help you for solving the sessions. Here I will show you the AI tools as well, like a ChatGPT other. How we are gonna use this these tools, and how we are gonna utilize those things. How we are gonna exactly deliver the our user stories or work items.
I
Okay.
have one
Thank
question.
you.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So when we are doing practicals,
Hmm.
let's say we are doing a project. So
Hmm.
will that session be provided by Kalyan IT Hub, or do we have to log in ourselves using our credit card and get all the
You are talking about AWS portal, right?
yes, console.
AWS portal creation is very easy. I will show you the tomorrow or day after tomorrow, the way of portal creation, sorry. So it is
Okay.
a go with the free trial. So they will give the 12 months validity. They will
Okay.
deduct it just to 2 rupees amount. After 48 hours, they will return back the 2 rupees amount to your respective bank.
So real-time projects will be done based on our console only using our logins, right?
No, no, no.
No.
Real-time projects, every company have maintaining their own consoles.
They have
So
okay.
yeah, here we are creating our personal consoles. We are doing some practice, our personal things, right?
Okay. So we are not going to use our logins or our consoles.
No,
Kalyan
no,
IT Hub will provide the.
no. Everyone, you have to create from your end.
Okay.
Okay, it's very easy only. I will show you the way of portal creation also.
Yes, but no, we once we like I long time I studied AWS, but once we open like what do you call the virtual machines? When once we initiate the virtual machines, if we don't stop, we continue to pay more from credit cards. So that I'm a bit afraid, and I tried to do something. I got a bill of 5,000 rupees. I did not stop that what do you call the data center?
Recently, there are a lot of changes happen in the background for with respect to the each and every cloud environment.
Okay.
Okay, especially while creating these services, make sure we need to follow some things. Okay,
Yeah.
so don't go with some blindly to select the options. So I will help you how we are gonna create these services. What are the best options to do the practice point of view, and make sure keep reminder. Once if the your, practice is done right, try to delete those things.
Okay, that is what
Yeah.
important actually.
Yes,
I
important
just
one.
forgot. Yeah.
Mm.
And post 45 days, will we be ready for start searching for jobs, or do we?
Yes. So whatever I'm conducting these sessions, right? Just you need to practice it, make sure.
Okay.
So if you do at least 3 real-time projects, right, you are in a position to do the individual contributor deliveries without practice, right? So if you are just attending the sessions, you just have some theoretical knowledge or just video related knowledge, right? That is very difficult to survey. Even though, for example, I'm explaining the data movements from AWS to Snowflake, right? You got the point. You are pretty much uh, idea about the data movements from AWS and Snowflake. But at the time of implementing, whatever I'm explaining and showing the lab into the my laptop, if you are trying to do the practice, maybe you will get lot of issues, lot of errors.
Yes, yes.
Right. The way of video watch is different, implementation is different. If you do at least implementation, then only you are in a position to deliver your user stories. Without hands-on, it's very difficult to manage our day-to-day work.
Okay. So the projects we can do either two ways. What I came to know, like one is using without using console, we can use the interactive command prompt. Okay, which is like AWS do have it. A cloud, I don't get that terminology, and we can also do it using console. So which way are you going to explain the projects? Using console or using interactive command prompt?
Console only.
Console only. Okay.
Console only. Here, even the Glow also, EMR also will write the PySpark code only.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I will show you. For example, some people's maybe they will install some tools into local system as some SQL Server Management Studios or any Python related IDE tools like a NumPy. Okay, even though by using this IDE tools also we can do the development and we can directly integrating with these repositories. We can once the code changes is ready, we can push those into the respective repository. Okay, I forgot to one thing. Build and release part is very, very important, guys. So in real time, what is the purpose of this Git branching strategies? How we are gonna push the code changes into the one branch to another branch? What are the release process which we are following into the real time projects? So how we are gonna give the approvals when we are going into the higher environments? Those part is very important. We'll discuss those things as well.
You will cover even Git and Git actions or only Git?
Yeah, GitHub actions I will cover.
GitHub actions.
Yeah, just to go through the Git basics, like
basics.
Git initialization, Git commit, Git clone, Git push, Git pull, and branch creation. Okay, switch to one branch to another branch. Just go through the basics.
Okay. That means that is the prerequisite you are
Correct.
Okay.
Git is common for any project, either development or a DevOps or a .NET or a Java or a Python, SAP, anything. Git is common. Yeah, whatever we are doing the code changes, whatever we are creating the pipelines, we are not going to store into the local systems, right?
Yeah.
We are going to maintain those things into the repository. Repository means it is a place securely we are going to store those things.
Kalyan, you want to share, that means want to provide any kind of platform where we can practice a few things like Git and some of the like those all things.
Sorry, I didn't get it. So I will share the notes with respect to the Git other things in coming days.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Others,
I
any
have,
questions?
yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I have close to 16 years of experience. So with
Okay.
us experience, right, they will ask mostly like less on coding, more on like architecture and everything, right? Like how you
Yeah.
design plan and like how you manage team and all. So will you give some idea like how?
100%. So
Okay.
lead level, senior level, junior level, architect level, right? They are
Yeah.
expecting the different questions. Okay.
Yeah.
So those are actually common for any data engineer point of view. So either lead or a architect or a senior data engineer, first they will see your basics with respect to the SQL and PySpark and Python. Okay, some ETL knowledge, some AWS related these things. Okay, and if you are planning to give the architect level, right? Mainly they are looking for your project architecture flow, right? What are your sources? How you are designing these patterns and architecture? What is the architecture pattern you guys are following, like a Lambda architecture or a Medallion architecture, right? If it is a Medallion, so what is your process? Why we go for this Medallion architecture process instead of others? What is exactly your business use cases here? What are the problems you guys are facing from the source systems? Okay, okay, fine. You are moving the data into the AWS data warehouses or RDBMS. So what is the benefit client here getting? So what is the main end user getting the reports here, right? And how we are gonna handle these teams, right? Where you got the requirements from the respective person. What is your team size? So whether you are take care of this on-site or only offshore or on-site. Are you directly talk with stakeholders or business team? If yes, what you are regularly gonna discuss with the stakeholders with respect to the business? If you have idea with respect to the business, right, they will ask the questions related to business related, like any domain. For example, if you put experience with respect to the insurance domain, they will ask insurance related questions here. Okay, this type of questions definitely they will ask. I will help you at the end of the course. Okay.
Yeah, and one more thing, the prerequisites, whatever you are telling, right? Kalyani can share at least some document to self-study. Is it possible?
SQL, Python, those are straightforward, right? There are plenty of websites available. Just open the w3school.com, go with the SQL and Python. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, any
Okay,
online
yeah.
course is fine.
Any online, though basics is common,
Mhm.
but go with w3school.com. Nowadays, guys, sixth standard a kid having the syllabus with respect to the Python.
Yes, yes, I know.
So
Even
their
MPS.
intention is um, like these kids are planning to implement the projects maybe in intermediate level or a 10th level or any degree level only. Okay. Maybe in future, definitely projects are completely going to change because artificial already came to the market. Definitely the implementation, the way of usage, everything is gonna change next 5 years or next 7 to 10 years. Start with SQL Python basics, and I will help you for these AI tools as well. Any other questions, please?
Yes, this is Rajesh. SQL and Python basic level is fine.
Yes, basics level is fine. Remaining thing, I will help you. I will take care of it.
and in the SQL, apart from the writing queries, like there will be some other things, right? Like people use triggers and procedures. So do I need to have?
Procedures is fine. Procedures is fine. Procedures, writing some SQL statements. Some people, they are looking for optimization techniques.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll discuss those things. Just go through the basics. Remaining things, I will take care of it. I will share the notes in detail notes with respect to the SQL, Python, AWS basics, AWS Glue, EMR, S3 buckets, Lambda functions, step functions, kinesis, Kafka, PySpark, Spark, DataFrame, RDD, datasets, Redshift, Snowflake, everything I will give the notes. FAQs and scenario-based questions with answers. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, please. Yeah, please go ahead.
Snowflake or Redshift is a database we'll be using with a combination of AWS cloud.
AWS having the own data warehouse, that is Redshift.
Okay.
Okay, that is data warehouse for storing the large volume of data. So every cloud having the own data warehouse, like a GCP BigQuery, AWS Redshift, Azure Synapse. Other than these cloud-related data warehouse, one of the data warehouse available in the market that is very famous, right? That is Snowflake. Guys, every cloud having the for creating the infrastructure, like Azure having the ARM templates, AWS having the cloud formation templates. Why people are preferring to write the Terraform? Terraform is a third-party tool, right? Why people are preferring third-party tool? Because third-party tool having the lot of features, lot of capability, and it will integrated with any cloud. And through the Terraform, we can do the lot of things. That is the reason every cloud preferring to write the code Terraform. Saying like nowadays, half of the projects are actually looking for Snowflake, because while compared to the own cloud data warehouses, Snowflake having a lot of things, lot of features. Okay, but every cloud having the data warehouse, but infrastructure, backend infrastructure will be taken care by the cloud. But in Snowflake, no one is going to take care of this infrastructure here. There is no infrastructure process here. We'll discuss in coming days with respect to the Snowflake versus Redshift.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, please go ahead. I'm able to hear you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to ask a couple of questions. So first thing is like a lot of people are here who's been like into multiple other specializations and then trying to see the career in the data engineering. How do you think like this course will be helpful? Like a BSA to data engineer, a product owner to data engineer. What kind of information they get? Because the reason I'm asking this question is whenever you prepare the resume, a lot of people in the market already keep it like Hive or like, HDFS, a lot of other technologies in the big data, Hadoop, they are keeping like a lot of weight to their resume. So I'm just trying to understand like how this course really elevate their resume to that extent so that they can compete with the market.
Yeah. One thing is, big data technology is actually there in last couple of years onwards, but there is some drawbacks is there. Okay. For avoiding the drawbacks, each cloud come up with the different services, own services. Okay. Nowadays, most of the projects are preferring to move the data into cloud only, right? Obviously, cloud. 99% projects are preferring to maintain the data into cloud, either AWS or GCP or Azure, right? For integrating with the big data tools with the combination of cloud, right? Unnecessarily, right? Client is going to pay the amount to the two things. And even though every cloud is thinking, instead of integrating the third-party tools, maybe every client may feel some what I can say, some negativity. Okay, so big data tools like Hadoop or Hive, right? There are some drawbacks available. So here on that part, we need to write the code with respect to the Java. If you are planning to write the code with respect to the Java, right? We need to write the, if you take one example like one logic, we are going to write the thousands of line codes, hundreds lines of code, right? So, but when the Python PySpark came to the picture, mainly for big data workloads, here we have a batch processing data, real-time streaming data. Main thing is real-time streaming data. For handling the real-time streaming data, normal big data technology, Hadoop or Hive, right? So we used to face some issues here. Okay, so we have some we have some limitations is their big data point of view, but in cloud related services, mainly designed for handling the up-to-date real-time streaming data. So that is the best thing. Okay, still we have a big data related projects is there, but that is a 10% only. Nowadays, 90% projects are preferring cloud related data engineering related workloads, either Azure related or AWS related or a GCP related. Just to compare it, with respect to the Hadoop and the cloud related data engineer. Okay, because completely projects are migrating from the one sources to the target. If you are into the big data technologies, right, means you are in an outdated person, means you are using old technologies. If you are migrating, if you are switched to the in future after 2 years or 3 years, 5 years, right, in market everyone preferring for cloud related data engineer, but you are still there in old technologies only, right? So that is the reason every candidate or employee or a student or companies preferring go with the cloud related services, means they are gonna maintain the data into cloud missions, secure manner, cost point of view, maintenance point of view, scalability, reusability, blah blah. Okay, hope you got it
That
right.
makes sense. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
it.
first
And
question.
my
Yeah.
next question is like, since you touched the part of AI, so like, is there any real-time project that you're gonna help to create, like how the data sets are gonna look for like um, AGI or AI apps, like how they gonna use this data? Are you planning to do any such kind of project?
As of nobody, as of will I'm planning to go with initially these things only, whatever I show you the content, right? In case if I get a chance to do this AI related part, right, definitely I will do some like some workshops, definitely.
Yeah, because I'm looking for how the data creation is gonna happen for Gen AI or AGI apps in the future, like for the AI agents. Is it okay? It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I think Gen AI majority data science will people will take care of those things. In case if I get a chance, definitely I will come up with that implementation. Okay.
Sure, sure. Yeah, because like the source is gonna be the data engineer people. I don't know about other orgs, but few of the orgs like data engineer people, they're gonna be the source in the future, who create like complete value data to create any such apps. So that's gonna be the future, right?
Okay, sure. Noted. 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 Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Any other questions, others? Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
One last question. Did we discuss
Yeah.
about the pricing? Sorry, I'm interrupting someone. I just wanna
So you
ask the
can reach
pricing
out
part.
to respective point of contact. He will help you everything. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Hi, this is Kiran.
Yes, Kiran, please.
Yeah. You said that there are the other scope for other clouds also like GCP and Azure. So what percentage of real-time projects are in real-time world? The AWS exit. Why we want to prefer only AWS rather than Google and Azure cloud?
Okay. Simple. In market, we have a Java, Python, .NET. These three things are majority, right, for to do the development or not. By using
Yeah.
Java, we can develop the web application. By using .NET, we can do the web applications. Python also, we can do the web applications. So just let me know one thing, whether these three technology having the opportunity or not. Whether these
Yeah.
three programming languages having the applications and projects or not, clients or not.
Yeah. Most of the things
So
there.
Java also we can write the code, we can develop the web application. Then why .NET? Why AWS? So
Because
even though if you take relational database management, we have Azure normal SQL server, and we have a MS SQL, MS SQL, MySQL and Oracle, Cosmos DB, Mongoose DB, NoSQL. Why?
based on the requirement, they will prefer
Based on
to.
the requirement, based on the demand, based upon the client preference, inside options, futures, cost, right?
Yeah.
Those options are different. Same like every cloud having the own capability. Every cloud maintaining the same process. Every cloud having same RDBMS, same data warehouse, same infrastructure, right? Same platform as a service, same ETL services, right? The orchestration process, everything. Every cloud supports the Spark, right? Every cloud supports the Snowflake. Every cloud supports the third-party tools. But here thing is depends upon client requirements, client usage, client billing, cost. For example, Java point of view, maybe client is getting some monthly, for example, $1,000, right? Maybe .NET they will get $80. So it depends. It depends upon client mindset and interest, cost, and billing. Okay.
Okay. And
Azure AWS having the better opportunities when compared to the GCP. Okay. GCP data engineer, nowadays we have a market is there for GCP data engineer in especially in India. Okay, other countries actually they are looking for multi-cloud experience. Especially other countries, guys, if you are planning to looking into the data engineer related jobs, if you have 10 years experience, right, they are preferring multi-cloud experience, either AWS Azure combination or any GCP combination. Okay. So third service is GCP. First priority either AWS or GCP. So then is AWS is top or Azure top? Right? Question is depends upon the quarter wise. Sometimes AWS is top. Second quarter maybe Azure top. As usual in last couple of years, third place is GCP.
based on
Okay.
the requirement and the
Yes,
same.
based on the client building feedback, it may be vary. Some people
Yes,
are using
.NET is
Amazon due to some the way of offering, and some people are preferring Flipkart. Right, both are in market. Both are related to e-commerce based applications. Both actually providing the same products only, but it
if
depends
that
upon user feel, user
and
whatever this e-commerce providing the offers, right? So based upon these factors, user will prefer anything.
if the project is mostly dependent on the Microsoft stack, then they go for Azure because of
Correct.
the
Correct.
compatibility and other.
Correct. Correct.
And one more thing here, we
Yes.
are at the syllabus course is regarding to the AWS data engineer, right? So
Correct.
with this outcome of this course, can we able to perform any knowledge on DevOps AWS, or only it's totally into the AWS, but we are data engineering, we are using the resources which are inbuilt regarding to the data engineer.
Sorry, I feel some confusion with respect to your question. So you are saying
No, I'm
AWS
saying
DevOps.
with the outcome of this course, will be able to perform the duties or roles and responsibilities
Correct.
which are
Correct.
having related to the DevOps also, but or we are going to deal with the modules like S3 bucket or EC2 instance or some data related operations only.
Yes, data engineer point of view, DevOps point of view, they are going to take care of this S3, those things. Data engineer point of view, we have a dedicated S3 buckets mainly to take care of this data, batch processing, real-time string, those things. Sometimes maybe you are going to work with the combination of data science plus data engineer plus DevOps. Sometimes you are the one take care of the responsibility, some CI/CD process also, build and releases process also. 50-50 choices. That is the reason here I will cover the CI/CD process also. Maybe some companies, they are making separate DevOps person to take care of this build and releases and coding, repositories, permissions, everything. Some companies due to billing and cost, other things. So we are the one take care of the responsibility for CI/CD process as well. So that is the reason here I'm covering CI/CD, branching strategies, S3 buckets, the way of data movements and permissions, all those things.
Oh, yeah. So
Okay.
here we are
Seems like
covering both in-house like a Redshift and other databases as well as the Snowflake also, right?
Correct.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Sharon, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, please.
This is Rajesh. Okay.
Yeah, right.
For example, every data engineer, like if we are like very good into data engineering in the sense, like we need to be have very good hands-on knowledge into DevOps as well.
No. Knowledge is fine because see, in couple of years back, 3 or 4 years back, especially in COVID point of view, we have a huge market is there with respect to the DevOps because so we are in a starting position for creating the infrastructure for CI/CD process and automations process,
Yeah.
right? But nowadays, and that time there there is a huge hiring happening with respect to the DevOps. Nowadays, right? 1:50. One position. So we have a 50 candidates looking for the job with respect to the DevOps. The reason is DevOps is a simple process, automation process, and build and releases process. So we have a full stack developer is there into the every company. Full stack developer means he is the one take care of this UI, front end, back end, and even though DevOps also. Right? So companies nowadays preferring senior data engineer. He is going to work with the at least 5 projects, not single project. Because 5 projects, the reason is already your pipelines are going to running, right? Applications infrastructure point of view, and your automations also ready. Whenever any code changes or any code comments, if the developer facing any code coverage related issues or vulnerability related issues, right? DevOps person came to the picture and he's trying to finish that, fix that part in immediate manner. So very rarely we are getting such type of issues fixing, because already this automation completed in last couple of years onwards only. Right. That is the reason here they are tagging into the multiple projects, at least 3 or 5 projects. So you need to deliver the 8 hours per day, right? So yeah, that is the reason 1:50. We have a DevOps calls is there, but everyone looking for preferring senior DevOps person to take care of this multiple projects. They are saving the time and cost. Clients. Any other things, guys? And one more thing, some of the projects are there giving the KT to the developers. So he is the one take care of these DevOps activities also. Whenever the pipeline fails, he already have the knowledge with respect to the CI/CD process and automation. He is going to take care of it.
Yeah, this is Shashivardhan. I have 2 questions.
Yeah, please.
The first question is, what is the exact role and responsibilities of data engineering? And as you said, for DevOps engineering deployments, you need to take care. What is the roles and responsibilities of this data engineer? Other thing is to crack the interview as an experienced guy. So we need to have a strong experience in Python.
1 minute chart. Okay. So I will explain you with respect to the chart messages. Okay, your first question is Azure data engineer roles and responsibilities. Sorry, AWS data engineer responsibilities. Sorry guys, I'm a multi-cloud. Okay, AWS data engineer roles and responsibilities. As usual, we are working with the sprint-based methodologies or a Kanban process. We have a sprint durations. We have an on-site and offshore team. Every day we have a stand-up calls, like a sprint planning calls or sprint retrospective calls, team meeting calls. All right. Apart from these things, you need to take care of this your existing pipelines. If the pipeline is going to fail your rate, you need to fix that one, right? Or else, if you got the requirements from with respect to user stories, you need to create the pipelines, right? Majority nowadays responsibility you're gonna work with the transformations point of view. Either here you write the Spark code combination of PySpark or a Python, or else you need to take care of your destination or RDBMS with respect to SQL or MySQL, right? And Cosmos DB, other things, right? Or else data warehouse, Redshift, or else Snowflake. So our responsibility day to day is development. Simple thing is development, writing PySpark code, optimization, data cleansing, data validations, adding, running your code and fixing those your pipelines, take care of this build and releases, whatever you're developing, right? And sprint related process. That's it.
Yeah.
And second question?
Yeah, I understood the Python you said. PySpark is required Python, right?
100%. Actually, in beginning of days, we have only Spark is there. Okay, only Spark is there in beginning of days, right? So due to client demands and project demands, why we are not going to write the combination of Spark and Python? Okay, so that is the reason they are introducing the new technology, PySpark. PySpark only suitable for data engineering related workflows only. If you take Python, we can do the development, we can do the other any automation process. Java, we can do the web application development. .NET, we can do the web application development. But PySpark mainly intention to work with the data engineering related workloads, like handle the batch processing data, real-time streaming data. So here we are writing the combination of Spark code and Python code. Even though while writing the PySpark code, we need to follow indentation. Python also we are following the indentation, right? If you are writing the PySpark code, if you are missing the indentation, it will throw the error. Okay, right.
I mean, at this moment, if I don't have a background of Python and PySpark, if I follow your sessions, I mean, is it possible to understand that whatever the code you write it?
Yes, understand. But if you have time, just go through the SQL Python basics from the any website. PySpark, I will start anyway. I will start from scratch level. Python is new, right? We don't have any websites. We don't have any proper websites to understand the PySpark. I will start the from scratch level, beginning, very beginning. We'll go for basics, intermediate, and we'll go for final expert level. Just if you have time, just go through the SQL Python basics from the any websites.
Okay, sure. How much time it will take to, I mean, one is sessions, other is to crack interview. How much time I need to spend?
So for cracking the interview, right?
That is the goal.
Anyway, goal. But you need to do projects actually. First thing, project. Second thing is task. First, you need to know about end to end your project, your source and destination, outcome. What are the architecture and pattern, and ETL process, transformations, data warehouses, and reporting. First, if you are good with this flow, project flow, right? Next, you can go with the real time scenario. Majority real time questions, maybe they will ask. For example, I have a on-prem mission. I have a 50 tables which is available in on-prem SQL Server. Okay. Here, I want to create a one pipeline, right? To dynamically load these 50 tables at a time. Okay. And while loading the data, right, make sure here we need to follow some data consistency, some policies, some optimizations. I need to load the data into data warehouses. Okay. What are the steps here we need to implement it? So your pipeline must and should be reusable and dynamic, right? Here my intention, my requirement is you need to go with AWS Glue, combination of PySpark, and load the data into data warehouse. Can you please explain this step by step in detail? Okay. So at the time of explaining your answers, right, in middle, they are going to disturb you and they will ask some questions. Okay. Here, how we are going to implement the retry mechanism, exception handling, how we are going to handle this notifications, all those things. Okay. Such type of questions based upon your flow, they will ask you the questions. Means in interview, you before attending the interview, you need to pretty much sure about your project flow. While explaining your flow, right, you need to decide the maybe if you are raising one term, maybe PySpark optimization we are implementing. Okay, what type of PySpark optimization you guys are implementing in the current project, right? So like the way they will ask. First, you need to decide. If I raise this word, right, definitely they will ask question. Means you need to redirect to the that word related answer. Always you need to convince the interview within 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 1 hour. If the interview is there in your goal, right, definitely you will select it. If you are in the interviewer goal, right, definitely they are not going to shortlist. That is simple point.
Nowadays, there is a confusion between these things actually.
Yes. When you are explaining the flow rate, definitely they will do they will disturb you first middle. Okay, you need to decide the scenario based questions with answers while giving the self introduction, right? Maybe some experienced guy, they're very much interested to listen your self introduction, day-to-day responsibilities, and your project flow. Okay. First, to initial 20 minutes, they will ask questions related to your project flow. Whether you are a genuine person or a fake person, you are just taking some videos and just adding those things on it. First, they are going to test you with respect to your project only. If you are good into the project, your respective project, right, they will go with other questions, straightforward questions or any scenario based questions. Nowadays, people will directly, they will give some questions with respect to SQL. I have a 2 tables, all right? I want to drop the duplicates. I want to some unique data, something, some, if I give these 2 tables, may know the count for inner join, left join, right join. So such type of questions they will ask. In Python also directly they will give some list, right? I want to do some swapping. I want to do some recursive. So they will directly jump into the scenario based only. So this type of questions I just collecting from the different candidates. Okay, I will give those things into the in middle or end. Your wish. I will share those things.
Normally, average if I spend daily 4 hours or 6 hours apart from your session. So how many days take to crack interview as a 4 years person?
So here, okay, you are spending the time, but which topic you are exactly here spending the time? What is the outcome you are getting in finally? So based upon this factor, the outcome will decide, right? Just go with the scenario-based questions with answers. Okay. Others, any please?
One
Hello.
question. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, please.
So
Yeah,
even
I'm just okay. Yo, go ahead.
yeah, thanks. Yeah. So even 16 years of experience also people will ask regarding the writing the code and these things, or they will ask regarding the architecture level only.
Even though you are architect, right, you must and should have hands-on experience with respect to the SQL and Python because they are a developer.
Okay.
Data engineer also developer. Definitely they will ask questions related to the SQL and Python.
In the real time, people in 16 years of experience, people also writing the codes and building the
Yes.
whole flows.
Yes, even though I'm writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi,
Yes, please.
I'm working as a Python automation engineer,
Okay, good.
and I want to shift with the data engineer domain.
Okay,
How
good.
can I manage this 4 years of experience into data domain?
So whatever you have experience, right, you need to convert that experience into a AWS data engineer.
Yeah.
Okay. So just maintain 2 projects into your resume. One project combination of AWS related services. Just take any RDBMS as a destination. One project add with advanced like real-time streaming data, other AWS services, and add the Snowflake. Okay. Just do the practice with respect to the SQL and Python. You can give the interviews, and whatever we are discussing this scenario-based things and project, right? Just do the real time, just do the hands-on experience. Then only you are in a position to crack the interviews, plus get the job, plus you can deliver your day-to-day work.
Yeah. Are we covering the Boto 3 library in this sessions?
Yes, obviously, right. Boto 3, we are going to add into the glue, right, for writing the code.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
in interview, they will ask what is the toughest situation you have handled. How can we answer this?
So we'll discuss at the time of implementing the labs, right? Such type of things.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. And give me 1 minute, guys. Questions as a freshers, can I get a job? Yes, 100%. Nowadays, freshers are getting jobs with respect to the clouds also. Okay, I don't see any freshers job with respect to the DevOps. I think only startup companies and hiring only DevOps related fresher jobs. But we are at developers. Okay, definitely we have a jobs same like a Java.NET. We have a jobs with respect to the AWS data engineer, Azure data engineer, GCP data engineer. And Srini, can you please some information Postgres DB concepts like Apache? Sure, Srini. Anyway, the database is having some almost the same patterns. Like I will explain you.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Others? Any questions?
Oh, hi, Shravan.
Yeah, please.
Sai.
Hello, this is Pavitra. Yeah, actually,
Yes,
as
please.
part of this data engineering AWS role, so do you need to learn Terraform also?
Sorry, I'm unable to understand your question. Can you
Hello?
please post your question into the chat, please? For me, it's very difficult to understand.
Hello.
Can you please post your question into? Yeah, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, I'm able to hear you now. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, I'm asking, yeah, do you need to learn Terraform also as part of the code release or the
No,
if
no,
we have created any ETL flow using step function or Lambda? So
no need. Terraform, no
no,
need, no need, no need. Terraform will be taken care by the DevOps team, right? We are a data engineering team. We are
yeah,
responsibility ETL and PySpark and data
yeah.
warehouses and RDBMS. No, no. Terraform will be taken care by the DevOps team.
Mainly Terraform used for which purpose?
Infrastructure
It's the
creation.
infrastructure.
Infrastructure creation.
And in the AWS, the code, if you're pushing code for the higher environment, so which tool we will go for CI/CD or which tool normally we
CI/CD
prefer?
only. CI/CD only.
Yeah.
I will show
CI/CD.
you for GitHub Actions, all those things.
Okay, if you are creating any suppose step function one flow, ETL flow or AWS group flow, that also we're using CI/CD, we're pushing to higher environment.
So no. Individual service, we are not doing anything, right? For combining the end-to-end ETL process, then only we are removing the code changes into the higher environments. We need some
Okay.
business outcome, right? So if you
Yeah.
feel some business outcome, then only we are pushing those things into the environments, dev, QA, AAT production. Okay. If you achieve complete ETL process, we'll move it. So individual service, it is not makes
Yeah,
us
so
to move
complete
the
ETL
data.
process.
Yeah. Yes. Individual service, we're not going to do anything. Combined ETL, combined things.
Okay. And normally the environment, suppose the dev, QA, prod, environment that they do in a separate account, AWS account, or in the same account, different environment. How they create those and how they push.
I will
So it's
explain
like
in coming days in detailed manner.
okay,
It is
okay.
a big question, and even though for me it's taking long time to explain in detail.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it. And the data warehouse model. So which data warehouse model? So normal now the prefer Delta Lake model. So are you going to show the Delta Lake model or normal?
Correct. Delta Lake model only.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even if in Redshift, do you maintain that or in Snowflake?
Even though we can Snowflake also, we can do it. But the way of process is somewhat is different from the Redshift and the Snowflake.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, hi, Sai this here.
Yes, Saya, please.
Yeah, actually, like I worked as a manual tester in first couple of years. Then I have got into like this data engineering project, and I'm working in this project from last 8 months. So I just started interviewing interviews outside. So even though I'm like just having some knowledge, I'm having three plus years of experience only. So I have some knowledge in PySpark, just learning things now. So in PySpark, like in the point of SQL only, we'll be using that SQL operations much. Of like if not, then we are mainly focusing on PySpark inbuilt libraries methods only, right? So even though like even though we are some good at some theoretical or PySpark stuff, the first interview will be going to ask some Python related or SQL related questions only. So then only if we are if they are comfortable with our answer, then we'll be going to the next level of question. So how to crack this like initial one, like if we cover these things in this, like it will be helpful for. So
Yes, for cracking the interviews, right? SQL, Python, PySpark is common. Okay, at the time of attending the interview, first he will ask the question: Are you good with SQL or into PySpark? Majority, which part? If is SQL, right, they will start the SQL related questions with respect to the common table expressions, Windows functions, joins, and some other things. If it is a PySpark, they will ask to write the code with respect to the data frame or RDD. How we are going to add the new column to the existing data frame, how we are going to drop the duplicates, how we are going to handle the null values, optimization techniques. So can you please write some sample code and Delta Lake related things? And Python point of view, they will use some one question and they are asked me to share the screen and open a Python online interpreter. So you need to write the code. So you need to execute the code in the screen sharing itself only. So that part you need to first prepare it.
Okay, here we are covering Python, PySpark end to end, but but not much
Correct,
SQL.
correct.
So if we can have some sessions on SQL, or like it might help for
Sure, I will
engineers.
share the material, even though I will cover the SQL and Python basics 100%.
If we good with SQL, no need of PySpark. That is what you are saying.
Sorry, I was in mute. No.
Yeah.
Actually, if you're planning to learn PySpark, right, if you have at least SQL basics knowledge, right, then you can definitely easily understand the PySpark concepts. Even though PySpark backend following the same SQL process only, same SQL related operators, functions, joins, aggregate functions, Windows functions, same process is same in PySpark also. Maybe the syntax is different. Same concepts available in PySpark as well.
Okay, good with SQL means it's easy to understand PySpark.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
one more question. We are dealing with, at the end we are going to complete few projects, it seems, right? Like we are installing everything, like we are not doing it in the cloud, or we are doing in our local machines. We are
Cloud
going
and
to
local
install everything.
missions.
Like
Cloud and local.